What can we learn from a turtle? Something that comes up often in QNRT, quantum neural reset therapy, is the negative pattern or the self-sabotage pattern of protection. Meaning we've been hurt and now we overprotect ourselves and don't let ourselves do anything that might feel a little unsafe, at least emotionally. And so we've been hurt in a relationship. So we never want to go into a relationship again. Or if we do, we go in this way. Don't touch me, don't hurt me, I'm fragile. And then we're vulnerable because we're protecting too much. And so what we can learn from the turtle is, when I'm working with children and this protection pattern comes up, I explain it like a turtle. So you know how a turtle has its little arms and legs and its head, and as soon as something comes near it that could hurt it, it tucks everything in and hides its head and hides its arms and hands and legs. And when all that's tucked in, yes, it's protecting itself more, but in some ways it's more vulnerable, because a human could just pick a turtle up that's tucked in its shell and throw it in the ditch, or throw it in the dumpster, or throw it across the road, or do whatever with it. So it actually, while it's protecting itself, it becomes more vulnerable. And so we can be that way ourselves. We can make ourselves more vulnerable by overprotecting ourselves. And that's a pattern that we can find and release with QNRT, quantum neural reset therapy. And some of the other characteristics of that pattern are just excessive worry about our children or our pets or our loved ones. Like we just obsess about it. And we can't let it go. And we got to constantly know where our child is and what they're doing and so forth. Or we have a constant focus on making life fair. Or we're so quick to attack others because we're afraid we'll be attacked ourselves. So we're protecting ourselves by attacking first. And if any of that is familiar to you, you want to get QNRT, quantum neural reset therapy, so you can release that pattern, because that can help you have a better quality of life. For example, if you've been hurt in a relationship, but a relationship would be good in the future, you want to get that pattern released so that it'll help your relationship in the future. And then you can define what you want in a relationship and go for it when the time is right. Now, the other thing is, this works physically too, because sometimes we have had a physical injury and we're so overprotective about having that same physical injury again that we make ourselves more vulnerable. Meaning that we never do any exercise, or we never do anything that could even come close to hurting ourselves physically. But we just narrow it down too far. So then we don't exercise, we don't stretch, we don't move, because we're overprotecting and making ourselves more vulnerable. So that's how it would show up on the physical level. So again, if any of this is recognizable for you, be sure and call our office or another QNRT practitioner, and you can find practitioners at QNRT.com, and get checked and get that reset and live your best life possible. I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness, Chiropractic Redefined. Subscribe to us here on YouTube and like us on Facebook.